There lived a young beautiful lady named Mira. She was known far and wide not for her kindness or skills, but for her beauty. Yes, Mira was undeniably pretty. Skin like smooth honey, eyes like polished shoes, and a figure many girls envied. But with that beauty came an ugly heart. Mira had a bad habit, a wicked tongue that spared no one. She laughed at children in neighborhood, mocking their noses, their hair, their legs. "See that one," she would say, pointing with scorn, like a mango with legs. She would laugh and laugh, shaking her head with disgust. No child was saved, whether fat, thin, tall, or short. Mira had something mean to say, and not just children. Old men with bent backs, women with missing teeth, even pregnant mothers wobbly on their feet. Mira would laugh, whisper, and sometimes boldly say, "Why do people like this even come outside?" Her mother, a humble, God-fearing woman, often scolded her. "Mira, stop this evil habit. You are not God. You don't know what someone has been through. One day, the world will teach you a lesson you will never forget." But Mira, who would roll her eyes and toss her braids, "Mama, please. I was born pretty for a reason. Not everyone is lucky." And with that, she was thrown away, hips swaying, leaving her mother shaking her head in sorrow. Time passed, and Mira got married to a handsome man named Bolu, a tall, charming businessman who fell for her beauty at first sight. The wedding was the talk of the town. Mira wore a glittering dress like a queen, and the guests marveled, saying, "God really took his time with this one." But just a few months into the marriage, things began to change. Mira became pregnant. She carried herself with pride, certain her child would be the most beautiful in town. She would still laugh at other people's children, even with her own belly full. One day at the clinic, she mocked a little boy with a limp and said loudly, "Why does God allow people like this to be born?" The nurses stared in disbelief. One nurse muttered under her breath, "Be careful what you say." Mira scoffed. "Jealousy is a disease," she hissed. But when Mira gave birth, her world crumbled. The baby came out with a twisted leg and a cleft lip. The doctors were silent. Mira fainted. When she woke up, she cried for days, refusing to touch the baby. Bolu, once madly in love, looked at her with cold eyes. "This is what you gave me?" he spat. "After all your beauty, you bring disgrace to my name?" Mira sobbed and tried to explain, but her husband began to distance himself, spending nights outside, sometimes not coming home at all. People began to talk. "Ah, have you seen Mira's baby? Yeah." After mocking everyone else's children. "Is it not karma?" Some say she's cursed. Her once envied name became a warning. Mothers will whisper to their daughters, "Be careful what you say about others. Do you want to end up like Mira?" Mira had two more children, both with different deformities. One was born blind, the other with an unusual large head. Each birth brought more heartbreak, more judgment. Her husband stopped talking to her altogether. Some night he would scream, "I married a winch. You brought bad luck to my bloodline." Mira, once proud and full of laughter, now hid in shame, wearing long veils, avoiding mirrors. The same mouth that used to mock now begged for silence. She avoided gatherings. She stopped going to church. Even children who used to fear her began to pity her. One day, her mother came to visit. The old woman held Mira's face in her hands, now pale and tired. "My daughter," she said gently, "I warned you, life is not about beauty. It's about kindness. You planted thorns and expected flowers." Mira wept on her mother's lap, wishing she could go back and undo all the hurt she has caused. Now, Mira lives quietly in the same town. She no longer mocks anyone. She volunteers as a center for special needs children. She feeds them, bathes them, reads them stories. And whenever someone asks why she's so passionate, she simply replied, Because once upon a time, I was blind, not in the eyes, but in the heart. Moral lesson: never mock what you don't understand. Beauty fades, but the words you speak can hurt you or heal you. What you laugh at today may be what teaches you humility tomorrow. Be kind always. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.